Hi everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Video Game Dad, the show where everything is made up and the points don't matter. Wait, that's not right. Thanks for joining us for another episode. I'm the Video Game Dad, and this is my partner, the Video Game Kid. It's kind of a let's play, but it's also kind of not. You know what's cool? Dragons. You know what's cooler? Crystals. Alright, maybe cooler is not exactly the right word, but crystals and dragons can mean only one thing: high fantasy. And that's why today we are playing
Dragon Crystal!
That's right, we are playing Dragon Crystal for the Sega Game Gear. The last Game Gear game we played was pretty much the worst, so hopefully this one shows just how cool the Game Gear really is. What do you say, Allison? Are you ready to get started?
Yep.
Alright, let's get to it.
Sega. Here we go with another Sega game, baby.
Like Garfield caught in the act.
Yes, except this time we're playing a good game. So we are, as you can see, we're doing another Game Gear game. I decided kind of halfway into recording oh, that's nice. The exit's right there. That's nice. Halfway into recording Donkey Kong last week, I realized that I was kind of accidentally doing a theme month. I didn't really mean to. Like, we did Garfield was the first one. I just did that because I knew that it was going to be something that would really shake things up a little bit instead of just playing a game.
Where's the thing?
What thing?
The thing to go out?
It's back that way, but let's wander around first and try and level up a little bit. We did Garfield, and that was just something I was doing to kind of shake things up, and then I kind of have an order pre-planned for how I'm going to record things, but kind of not. And so I decided that the next game was going to be Donkey Kong. And then like halfway into that, I realized, oh, I'm doing 2 handheld games in a row. Like this, February is kind of accidentally turning into a theme month. So I just decided to steer into the skid, and so now February is handheld month. February is a handheld month. Nothing really official. I might do an official theme month later. But this is just kind of, we're doing this because it seemed like a thing to do. So, this is Dragon Crystal. Allison, what do you suppose they call it Dragon Crystal?
It just has some cool dragons.
It has some cool dragons? What about the crystal part?
The crystal part is where you have to get crystals.
You have to get crystals?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what do you think was happening at the beginning with that little scene with the ball? What was that about?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, okay. That was some pretty emphatic nodding. I know you can't really hear that because you can't hear nodding. What? Basically, you're just an ordinary kid, and you go in. He goes into like a magic shop or a library or something, and discovers this weird crystal.
How about a grocery store?
Sure, maybe it was a grocery store. Why don't you go down? You're just kind of running around in circles now.
Why?
Go down, honey. Down right here. You keep passing it by. Here. So basically the kid goes into like a magic shop or a weird curiosity shop and sees this crystal and touches it and gets zapped into this fantasy land of dragons and myth and monsters. Wow! Crazy fantasy shenanigans ensue. There wasn't a lot of information for me to research, so a lot of this is just kind of general knowledge from Wikipedia and then filling in the gaps based on, out of food, we're gonna starve. Okay. So that's a key component of this game.
It says, I'm out of food.
Yep. On the surface, it's just an adventure game, but you have to get monsters and you have to also get food. And the food, normally in a game like this, food is gonna heal you. But basically food in this game prevents you from losing more life. But I think we might die.
Kisses.
Kisses?
Kisses.
Is kisses gonna make us feel better?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kisses.
Kisses!
Kisses.
Kisses!
I can do that part.
Alright, here you go. Take it away, kid. If you die, I'm gonna take over, okay?
Okay.
So basically, this is it's an early roguelike game. We're running a little blind today. I'm trying to do things a little differently. I'm not using notes, which I think... I'm trying to have this kind of be an edutainment thing, but I'm worried that notes are too much edu and not enough tainment.
Where do I have to go?
Let's go up.
Up?
Rogue is basically just an early adventure game that is randomly generated maps and permadeath. You know, you get your character, and if you die, you're done. Game over. Like, there's no extra lives, no continues, no nothing. And so that's basically what makes a game a roguelike. It doesn't necessarily have to be an adventure game, but as long as it has certain elements, like basically as long as it has permadeath and Kisses. We gotta find food, man. We're gonna starve. Random generated dungeons and permadeath. And this has both. So we played it a couple times, and this is a really easy game to die. But it's also a fairly easy game. You basically just walk around and poke monsters with your sword. But as you see, you also pick up these items. Oh, we are so gonna die. I think we have 15, yeah, we've got 15 HP. So you'll pick up these items, and they just have the different color codings, and so until you use them, there's no way to know what they do. So you just have to go and use them and hope it's not horrible.
And
so White Book, my armor got stronger. Fat lot of good it's going to do me if I'm going to starve to death. Alright, let's try the Silver Book. Let's see what happens. Nothing happened. Sometimes they do enemy effects, sometimes they buff you. There's one that shows the map, which is
Nothing.
on paper kind of cool, but it's also kind of more helpful to know where you're going. And that Bronze Book.
I want a hug.
You want a hug? Alright. We've got 5 HP left. We are so gonna die. Let's see. Let's use the Cyan Rod and see what happens. I blew away the... Oh, yeah, that would be super helpful if there was an enemy on screen.
You blew away your lives.
You only have one life. Once you die, the game's over, and you gotta start over from the beginning. I can't go on! We starved to death. Womp womp.
Womp womp womp.
Alright, let's kill some dudes. So what do you think that is, that thing that's following behind him?
A pancake.
It's a pancake? I agree. It definitely looks like a pancake. But I'll let you in on the secret. You remember how it's called Dragon Crystal?
Yeah.
That's the dragon. Right now it's just an egg, but as you level up, the dragon levels up with you. And eventually it hatches and becomes a drake, and then a full-blown dragon, and it gets super metal when it's a full-blown dragon.
I think they're getting drinks.
You think they're getting drinks?
Yeah.
No, let's try the red book. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not just coupons. My weapon became sharper. I think that deals more damage. Yeah! So I'd normally take 2 pokes. You just took 1 poke, so I'm slightly stronger. Yahoo! Money, money. I think the money is just... I think the money is just a score system, so you can be like, this is how much money I gained.
You're curing up the world,
I feel
right?
like... Oh, son of a gun.
You're curing up the whole world.
Yeah, there we go. There's some floor bread. Yay, we're not gonna starve. Yes, this takes the Castlevania approach to food, and if you find something on the floor or in a wall, you just eat it. Consequences be damned. Money. Blue pots. Pots are basically potions. Sometimes they heal you, and sometimes they do really crummy stuff, like slowing you down. I mean, as you can see, we're not exactly...
Sometimes potions kill you.
Sometimes they kill you. Yeah, they'll do crazy things like you'll get dizzy, which basically... It doesn't really invert your controls, it just kind of randomizes them, which is obnoxious, but it's not nearly as obnoxious as being sluggish, because it basically cuts your pace in half, which is awful. And there's, like, most of the potion effects and, like, poisons and stuff, they go away after a certain amount of time, but sluggishness does not. You have to just wait until you find a book or another potion that will cure you, and it sucks. Unless you're very far in the game, it's pretty much better to just restart and hope you don't get another one. Because the other thing about this is that, you know, as you see, the potions and stuff will have the colors, but the colors do different things each time you play. Like, all the effects, like, there's a certain number of effects, but...
And you have to get items.
Yep.
Items are like an
I
egg.
feel better! Yay! I think that's the healing ring. Yeah. Yeah, last time I played this, red ring was heal ring, so it's random. It's no good. This is one of those games that I played as a kid. It was just one of those ones that, like, I would pick up and just kind of run around because I thought it was cool. I think this was a game that my dad bought. Like, he bought it for
I
himself
think your
because...
grandma bought it.
Not my grandma. She was not a gamer. My dad was a gamer. My dad is pretty much the reason that I'm a gamer. Yeah, no, my grandma was not ever a gamer. This is my mom's mom I'm talking about. My dad's mom I don't think was a gamer either. She, you know, she uses a computer, which is about what you can expect. But yeah, I remember, you know, talking about my grandma being a gamer. I remember my brother, he had a copy of Link's Awakening. You know, I talked about that in Donkey Kong. He had a copy of that, and I remember one time he gave it to my grandma to try and have her play and just be like, here, Grandma, try this game. And, you know, if you know anything about Link's Awakening, the first thing that happens is that cutscene where,
I want to do it.
you want to play? Oh, no, we're out of food again.
Oh, womp, womp, womp.
I hope we find food. But we've got the heal ring, so... Oh, there's some food right there. Get that bread, quick. Link's Awakening, the first thing that happens is that cutscene where Link is on the boat. He gets struck by lightning, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember specifically. But basically, you know, the boat gets destroyed, and so this happened. My brother gives my grandma the game, and she's basically just watching this cutscene. And then she goes, "Oh no, I think I lost." And, you know, my brother and I just thought that was the most hilarious thing, because we were just like, "Oh, Grandma, you didn't even play the game. That was just a cutscene." This was just one of those Game Gear games that I had. I think it was one that my dad had bought for himself, because the Game Gear was, like, on paper, it was my dad's Game Gear. But after a certain point, I guess he made, like, maybe he lost interest in it. I can't remember why it ended up just being mine. And so I had it, and, like, this was one of those games that I would play it every once in a while. You know, it's not a bad game. It's just, you know, it's kind of your typical dungeon crawler. You're just walking through this map and trying to find the exit down to the next level.
We're starving.
No, we're not starving at this point. So yeah, I didn't fully comprehend it. I was just, you know, I thought it was cool. Like, it's a decent looking game. And pretty simple. You know, you just walk around and pick stuff up. And I didn't really understand
Get the bread.
This is actually turn-based. So when you're up against the enemies, you can confront them, but then if you just stand there, they don't continue attacking. You have to take your turn, then they take their turn. You know, as you do in a turn-based game. Alright, let's see what the blue pot does. I feel better! Hooray! Something happened! Let's see. Black Rod. Let's see what that does. Enemy lost 4 points.
Destroys the world.
I think it just destroyed the enemy. Yay, food! We're not gonna starve.
No, no starving this time.
Yep, that's kind of a bummer way to go out. I'd rather go down fighting. Die in battle to a vicious beastie.
Not dying. Dying is sad in real life, right?
That is true. Dying is sad in real life. It's sad in the game too, because, you know, ultimately the game is to win, or ultimately the goal is to win. So dying is still kind of a bummer in the game.
Winning.
I've never actually finished this game. I don't think I've ever had the patience for it, I think, was when I was a kid. Like, as we're playing it now, I kind of want to just, after we're done, I kind of want to just play it and see how far I can get. Min heal pot, cool. Alright. Yeah, and see, as you see, like, once you actually use the item, I gained strength.
Another book, okay?
You want to use another book? Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, once you use the item, it shows you the name of it, so basically if you pick up another item that's the same color, you can see. And the rods are basically just attacks. They will attack enemies, or I think one that we used before...
dragons.
Or dragons. I think one that we used... Oh no, these guys are a menace.
Oh,
I missed! Lame.
you.
Alright, let's see. Let's try the green one. Let's see what that does. It's blank. What? Bummer. Alright. But, now that I know those books are blank, I can throw them at the enemy. Whop. And it loses 1 point. 1 point. So yeah, it's better to
one.
use your sword or throw swords at them. Like, you'll pick up extra swords and you can just throw them at the enemies. So there's the exit, and we'll go to level 3.
Alright, so after some time with Dragon Crystal, Allison, what did you think?
I think that it's pretty awesome. But I didn't like the bad guys.
Okay, but what did you like?
The dragon following the other guy.
Okay, so what rating would you give this game?
5 balls.
5 balls, like 5 bouncy balls?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think this is a darn fine game and a great addition to anybody's library if you own your Game Gear and love high fantasy and roguelikes. Though the background music doesn't change, it is exceptionally catchy. The controls, while simple, can be a bit confusing for a novice, and the random nature of the pickups and the maps, and the need to keep yourself fed, can get frustrating. Based on that, I'd say it's an okay game for your kids, but they may need a bit of help. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Thanks again for joining us. Don't forget to give us a like and a comment, and of course,
Make sure to subscribe.
that is right, subscribing is the best way to help us out. It helps the channel grow, and it helps make sure that we're going to continue to make videos. We will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.